Hello friends! If we say that a child has auditory processing challenges, do you think reading a story is going to benefit them? The answer is yes. This is what we are going to discuss in the video today, how reading storybooks to children really help in their play-based learning. Step number 1. We need to remember these 4 techniques that will help you to engage your child better. First, it is better to start with a short read because it will keep the child engaged long enough but won't be too cumbersome for them to follow. Step number 2. Better not to read the story to the child like you are the narrator. Instead, keep the child with you so that there is a shared space between you two. The child and you are looking at the book at the same time, and it improves joint attention. Thirdly, it is okay if the child is sometimes lying down, sometimes sitting, standing, or even wants to move around after maybe every page or every line, because sitting continuously may not be beneficial for them in terms of their arousal level. And step number 4, it is okay to simplify the language. For example, if it's written, there were 3 billy goats who were grazing by the mountainside. Instead, we can say, wow, there are 1, 2, and 3 goats, and they are eating grass. Step number 2. Try to keep a number of books in handy so that the child gets intrigued by them and wants to select one of them based on their interest. Also, if the cover of the book is interesting with less clutter, it is going to attract them more towards a book. So with this technique, we are able to work on 3 main skills of the child: self-initiation, expression, and interest exploration. Step number 3. Try to ensure that your storybook has large pictures available with very little written material on it, so that when you point to it while reading to the child, they will be able to follow both the visual and verbal information together. As I cannot emphasize it enough, they are good visual learners. The little billy goat wanted to eat the apples. The great billy goat wanted to eat berries. And the small billy goat wanted good juicy grass. So with this step, we are able to learn 3 more skills with the child, which is first, engagement in the story and its characters, response to pointing based on the reading material that you're using, and thirdly, development of concepts such as there were 1, 2, and 3 goats. Step number 4. How to read the story to the child. Just like I always say, if the child's auditory processing is slow, it is better that you slow down the pace at which you are reading the story so that the child is able to follow it easily and keeps them interested towards it. So how do you say it? The little billy goat was so hungry that he decided to go to the meadow. Better be careful, said the great billy goat. You have to go across the old wooden bridge, and there's a horrible, ugly troll living under it. He eats up anything that crosses the bridge. So if you enunciate each word, it will help the child to understand it better. So the next 3 skills, it improves the child's learning, helps them understanding emotional control because you're adding emotions in the story, and thirdly, helps them in auditory processing. Step number 5, allow your child some time with the storybook. So if your child is handling the book, they will learn to turn the pages one by one, which is the manipulation. Secondly, they will be holding the book with both the hands, which requires bilateral integration. They will be able to relate the pictures with the story that you narrated to them, and if it's like a pop-up book, they will be able to manipulate and adjust it accordingly. So what does the child learn with this? Fine motor skills, bilateral integration, and expression. And final step number 6, enacting the story to the child as part of pretend play. You can use household items, soft toys, toy animals, animal characters, some figurines to enact different parts of the story, or the parent can play one or more of the characters, or if the child has developed so much language and expression, then they can also participate so that it becomes a reciprocal play with the child, and it also creates interest in the child, increasing their imagination and creativity. So the takeaway message is, please try to read storybooks to your child whether they have sensory challenges or not, because they provide scope for a number of skills that they can learn while reading them and hearing the narration of the story. Please like the video if you found it interesting. Subscribe to the channel for more videos related to child development. Add any queries or suggestions in the comments below and ring the bell icon for notifications. We will meet again soon. Bye.